Hey guys, welcome back to the Texas Hillbilly channel. It's been a little bit over 3 months since the flood on July 4th, and I'm back here at Francisco Lemos Street, right on the Guadalupe River, and I'm thinking I'm going to show you what it looks like along the river, and I'm going to do that on the Ausom L1 scooter. It's kind of going to be like a review video of this product. I've been trying to find a reason to review this, and I can't think of a better way, but to do two things at one time. I'm going to be able to show you all the river. And I haven't seen it. The trails have been closed since July 4th, and they just opened them a few days ago. So I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I don't want to break the little rules. They have signs up at every entrance saying park closed. So let's get this thing out. At the end of the video, if you want to see an unboxing, I'll put that there. I don't want to bore you all with that. So let's just get this thing out and go for a ride. So with this thing, you just hit the power button, and it wants a passcode, or you use the key tag. And we're ready to go. Now I've put 8 miles on this thing already. All right, this is not a zero start, so a kid just can't go up to this thing and go like that and take off. You actually have to get to 1 mile an hour, like that. Now I'm in eco mode, and I might stay in eco mode. This thing says it can go 44 miles, but I'm sure that's in eco mode only. Eco mode, I think, gets up to 10 miles an hour. And here we go. It has a top speed of 28 in sport mode, but I'm sure that'll burn the battery down. Look at the bridge. All that's new concrete right there. And okay, it looks like we gotta go to the other side of the bridge because there's no trail on this side. There used to be a camper here. A bunch of kayaks and a barbecue pit. It's kind of weird. Carol Abbott, Mr. Texas Wildflower. It's a strange spot for that. All right, let's get back up. Now this thing has suspension, front and rear, and good tires for off-roading. Now the trail closed sign is down. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but we are on brand new concrete. If you notice, this concrete was washed away by the flood. Isn't that insane? Sidewalk closed. What? All right. We're going off the sidewalk. We'll be on the road. Road's not closed. I'm going to change this to sport mode. You see there's still some trees standing. Big cypresses. Big cypresses along one side. All right, we're clear to cross here. I think we're gonna go across and hit the trail. I'm gonna go up to a cutoff though. All right, let's go over here. All right, here at the Riverside Nature Center, there's an entrance. All right. First time on the trail in a long time. It's pretty unmaintained. Sorry, the brakes are squeaky. That's one of the complaints I would have. Squeaky brakes. Golly. This is so different. All right, we're just gonna hit it. Looks like this portion of the trail is closed, but the rest of it's not. This all this down here should be open. I think it's just the exit that I was on that's closed. So I don't want to go too fast. wipe out. Man, me and the kids and the wife, we used to cross this bridge surrounded by trees. This whole area was shady. Now look at these giant cypresses just gone. Unbelievable. It's reshaped the river. That's just crazy. This is one of those maps. All right, there's the exit to Guadalupe Street. It's closed up there. It's bizarre. No water going under there anymore. They've had to come out here and bulldoze for a while. Good morning. Wow. All of this was shaded. This was the greatest thing about Kerrville River Trail is you take the kids out, you don't get sunburnt. You ride all day out here and you're in the shade almost the whole time. You know, some sections have some partial sun, but for the most part, you could not see the river from here. It was to the left over there, you see that line of cypress. And there was so much trees here, you couldn't tell. Man. Unbelievable amount of water. These people's sidewalk or stairs had to be rebuilt. Oh, look at this washout. That's a little dangerous. Wow. That's a lot dangerous. Oh, look, there's water there. The water's kind of flowing right there. Flowing backwards. We might go down there and look at that. Wow. It's so different. I wonder if the main river is no longer where all the cypresses are. Is it over here now? No telling. Morning. That's so pretty. I wonder how high the water got here. It looks like a new fence up there. Oh look, there's debris. Oh my goodness. That's ridiculous. This is all full of debris up here. I'd be at least 10 foot underwater. All right, here's the end of the trail. And let's just go for it. Let's see how this thing does. Oh, almost ate it. See how it does off-road for a little bit. Oh. Okay. This is the first time I've been to the river since we were searching for survivors. It's not even that cold. It's shallow though. Wow. Still beautiful. I don't know when we're gonna feel comfortable getting back in this water. Enjoying it, you know? It's like most of the trees there, I mean, they're beat up, you could tell, but they withstood big time. And it's like the majority of the water went this way to this flood zone. That's some apartments next to the Dietert Center. on Guadalupe Street there. I mean, you could tell that. Look how high the debris got. It got into their yard, way up there. Unbelievable. All right, this trail just goes through mud. I'm not gonna get this the Ausom one muddy, so let's turn around and go back. Oh, my turn signal's on. That's funny. Oh, also my battery life I think was at 100%. Well, there's a battery bar, and it has 5 segments, and all 5 were full. But it could have been like 81. Okay, it could have been 81%. Good grief. Let's go. Now again, I'm not in the highest speed level. This only goes 20 miles an hour. The highest goes 28 miles an hour. I don't want to go too fast, piss off people on the river trail. Okay, kind of just ate it there. Soft dirt, but I didn't drop the machine at least. Oh man, now that's why river trail stuff is closed, stuff like this. I mean, I would hope nobody's stupid enough to just run into that, but that's wild. All right, let's go back. We're sitting at 3, it just dropped down to 3 bars now. It's actually getting burned up pretty fast. We've already done 2 miles though. There's the Dietert Center. The river got up to, I don't know if it got inside. I think it got right to the door. Morning, how you doing?
Well.
All right, this is the Francisco Lemos Bridge. And one of the most memorable little parts, we are about to enter Tranquility Island. This bridge always covered in spider webs because this area is always covered in trees, and man, always ducks and stuff here. Kids looking off the bridge when we're riding bikes, looking at, oh, the trail's open. I don't know why this is here. It's literally, the city put out a map that the trail is open. So yeah, unless that's where maybe it's stopped there and everybody's just ignoring it. I don't know. But this area, at least there's still a big stand of cypress, but man, everywhere I look, it's so different. Sucks. This is wild. There's a little trail the kids like to ride on their bike right here. It's still visible. The kids go quote-unquote off-roading. It goes to the right where those ducks are, or whatever those are. I don't want to go bother them. Man, a lot of washouts here. This is Tranquility Island. It kind of splits the river, and it is tranquil. I don't know what all this paint means. There's blue paint all over the big cypresses. Maybe it means save them. Oh, I got a guy with a dog. A lot more foot traffic up here. Still a bunch of debris in the river. Look at that. Still debris. You'd think they'd have this area cleaned out. I think they were stressing to get this place opened back up. A lot of times that area is full of lily pads. Oh, come on, come on. There is a walk mode on this scooter, I just don't know how to do it. All right, let's see. The bridge to the library is closed. Looks like people have pushed through it. I'm not gonna cross it. The little bridge, when we first moved here, we used to swim right here. All right. "19 miles an hour. All right, this is the Sidney Baker Bridge. Okay, now right here, this is the splash pad, that area that's all cordoned off, and it's completely wiped out. I probably got some pictures or videos of my kids playing there. That was one of the coolest things when we moved here, a free splash pad. There were probably 6 or so picnic tables with covers and, you know, the fountains that shoot up and the kids get to play in. Bathrooms up there, the water made it up to that wall. Like it made it, actually I think, yeah, the water made it up to that fence up there, way up there. So it was inside the bathrooms. Yeah, they put this thing in here around the time we moved here, I think. And our kids had climbed on that thing, taking photos with it, and it survived. It was well underwater. Lupe, the Guadalupe bass. Man, it's hard to imagine water was up to the bottom of the bridge there. Ridiculous. Never, ever thought that we would see something like this in our lifetime. It's another reason I wanted to document stuff, because this isn't gonna happen again, most likely, as long as I'm alive. God, I hope not anyways. I've seen videos, actually where we started the video, Francisco Lemos Bridge was where that guardrail was twisted up like a pretzel. This is all safety hazard, that's why it's all cordoned off. Too much dangerous stuff. It's a lot of work. I hope they get this thing rebuilt. There's a playground there. Further down, there's a workout area. I think it got wiped out completely. Yeah, right there. That right there is the foundation of the little outdoor workout area. Sounded cool when they built it, but actually there's nothing to do on it. It's kind of dumb. Kind of a big waste of money. And you see them all over in a bunch of other cities, and nobody's on them. All right, we're showing 4 bars, but it went to 3 while I was riding it, so we're still doing all right. I started at 8, we put 4 miles on it. All right, we're here at the Guadalupe River Dam or spillway at Louise Hayes Park. And I noticed it's about 2 foot deep here. It used to be about 5 or 6 foot deep. Wow, this is where you've probably seen footage from up there looking down this way. Well, not from me, but from, you know, all over the internet. And this is one of the scariest parts. First thing we saw when we drove over that bridge to come into town was all this. This entire section that we would go exploring in is just laid over cypress. Still hurts. This is the park where the Robert Earl King concert happens every year on 4th of July. They had, oh, there went a scratch. They had a bunch of stuff set up here. The giant stage right there with the backdrop of the bridge. All the vendors all the way out to where we were just at. That parking lot where my kids learned how to ride a bike. This is a big covered amphitheater. We'd have movies in the park here. All that stuff got washed away. In fact, I can show you something. All right, so the giant stage was set up right around here. And you see these giant gouges. The stage is on a big old trailer. And it gouged its way through. It got laid over, and then the water pushed it. And there's several gouges here, look. Golly, that's just crazy. The power of the water. It just plowed. Look at that. And that's probably why this parking lot got ripped up, because it like trenched a little path and then everything chipped up like you're pressure washing. Now the stage was found, I don't know, probably a quarter mile that way, quarter mile downriver. I'm not sure if it's still there. I'm sure they hauled it off, but let's go see. We would sit out here for the 4th of July concert because we didn't want to be in the crowd and it was so loud. So we'd sit right here. Actually, I think the stage is here against these trees. I think. Oh, Lord. It looks so barren. I mean, I'm glad all the trees are here, but it used to be full of other greenery. There's a deer haven. What blows me away is how many deer and fish died in this. The deer couldn't even get away. It happened so fast. Oh, wow. Okay, here's something to put in perspective. Louise Hayes Park entrance, there's H-E-B on the other side right there. Some apartments there. Here's our dog park. There's no fence left, only the entrance. And look at the debris line. Used to be a little stadium seating right there. Oh, it's over there. At least I didn't lose that. There's the other one. Oh, it's supposed to be there. Interesting how they just barely moved. I mean, the water, oh, you can see the debris line over there too. So it goes uphill all the way. That means water was in those apartments. I didn't know that. They're up a little bit there. Maybe they didn't make it in. Maybe they got really close. Let's see, connect the line from this fence to there. Are we able to do that? Yeah, they didn't make it in. The water was right below the AC units. It's crazy that this is the only fence that's left. Oh, there's some fence over there. They probably removed all this fencing because it was probably a hazard. Volleyball field is destroyed. This is one of the two playgrounds at Louise Hayes Park. and it's still closed. We've come out here probably 100 times since we've lived here. It's actually not too bad. Yeah, this area is not too bad. They just need to fix add the mulch or whatever. Not really sure why it's closed. Here's the public bathrooms. Rainwater catchment facility. And what do you call this? The pavilion, I think, the covered pavilion. My kids learned how to ride bikes and scooter and skate and all kinds of stuff under this. So they collected all the benches that got damaged, that they were concreted in. Broken feet on that one. Wow, there's a fountain. It's a little doggy fountain. All right, let's continue the river trail. Here's another look at the spillway and the crazy damaged trees. I'll get back down there. All right, again, this is in sport mode, not the extreme mode. So I got another 8 miles an hour I can go, but this already feels dangerous enough, and I'm not wearing a helmet. Disclaimer, always wear a helmet. Wow. Morning. Morning. Good morning. Yeah. There used to be water going under there, not anymore. Now, a few years ago, me and my son went exploring. We played like a explorer game, and we went out in this area just, you know, just going off the trail, just doing something different than the norm. And we had a really fun time because you couldn't see anything, you know? You go in 30 yards and you don't see anything anymore. Everything's so visible now. Good morning.
Hi.
Now there's always been a little opening right here for you to go down and check the river out. This was like the only opening. These little things like to pop off. I'm sure I'll be missing a lot of them. Oh, that one's already gone. Yeah, so we would always ride our bikes and we'd take a break, come down here and go touch the water. The river's actually kind of full right now. We haven't had rain in a while. I guess it's average. Yeah, it's nice and cool. I said warm earlier. It's warm compared to normal, but it's still a cold river. That's the G Street Bridge. We're gonna go there in a minute. Oh, it's hard to imagine. I would be like 40 foot underwater right here. They've done so much work to clean up. You can see these trails from heavy equipment all along the river. and then all the tree stumps that are left, like the cut tree stumps. Lost a couple trees right there. This was always a field, but that allowed for the water to flow really fast into that bridge. We're still at 3 bars of battery life. Tell you what, oh, the brakes are the worst thing on this. I'm gonna bump it up to, let's see, I'm gonna bump it up to race mode. And a little slower takeoff, but just for a minute, how fast are we gonna go? Against the wind. Okay, that's fast enough. 24 miles an hour is a little scary. All right. This area's always looked a little bit crazy, but these rocks were laid down nicely here, and now they're all piled up. There's no rocks left here. Wow, the power to move rocks like that. I mean, I saw boulders moved. It's crazy. Let's bump this back down to, I wonder what the U means. I need to look up U. It started at 50.0. Now it's 47.4. And we started at 8. We've done 6 miles. So let's put this back to sport mode. All right. Yeah, last time we were here, we had to park up there and walk out this way. Oh, they redid the bridge. This is the walk bridge. That's nice that they redid it. Looks good. This is where there used to be paw prints painted and park benches. It was just the greatest little river trail. Morning. All right. This portion of the river trail will take you ultimately to Schreiner University. We're down to 2 bars. Man, if, if I run out of battery, I'm at the complete opposite end. Oh yeah, that looks different. It never looked like that. That's crazy. You could drive down there. This whole area looks bizarre. It looks foreign. Doing that. Alright. My battery's flashing at me. On off from 2 to 3. Is there some sort of warning? I don't know what that means. I'm gonna ignore it. And if I gotta walk, that's gonna suck, but whatever. I don't have any water. Oh, that looks different. The creek. So we're going under Junction Highway. And then this is Shriner Cemetery that we're skirting around right now. Very old cemetery here in the middle of town. I'm not sure what creek this is, but it separates the cemetery from Shriner University, which is a very old college too, a very good college. And my niece actually goes here her first year, freshman at Shriner. It is not cheap though. Watch out, squirrel. Shriner University. And I believe we're on Shriner property now. Beautiful oak. Story tree. That's cool. And story tree 2. This is all new stuff. I haven't seen that. Cypress Sentinel. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Now, the head of the trail goes to what's called the Trailhead, which is an outdoor music venue and a little, it's not a brewery, but they sell beer from local breweries. Right here's the trailhead, there's the stage, and here's public restrooms with water fountains. I found walk mode. There's a little foot there. I just push the button. Now I'm not messing with the motor. I wish it would recharge. I should have brought the charger actually. That's okay. Usually it's Fridays and Saturday nights. They have performers, music or whatever, movies, food trucks set up over here. There's cornhole, washer toss. They always have water and stuff set up for dogs. There's the bean bags, and in here they're selling beer. Pretty crazy to have on a college campus, but I mean, it keeps your kids local, keeps your kids from going out. They stay here, they don't drive. I like it. You can trim some trees here. All right, I got a little bit of water, rested for a minute. Not like this is exhausting, but my batteries are starting to get exhausted. I've only done 7 miles at this point, and the batteries are getting down to the 2 out of 5 bar mark, and they're flashing at me. Now, I know I've been running it in sport mode, but it's running out a lot faster than I thought, but I'm not 100% sure I charged this to 100%. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna risk it and quickly drive through some of Shriner. Just a little bit. Let's see some of these buildings, because they're pretty cool. This is the Moody and Troll Science Buildings, building number 14. science, okay. I hope there's not some rule against riding these in campus. Junkin Campus Ministry Center. It's nice. W.C. Weir Academic Building. Oh, there's that thing for Schreiner. If you want to pause and read that, that's about Schreiner University. I wonder if that's a teacher over there. This is really cool looking. There's the William Logan Library. I know there's a bunch of like really old buildings here. I think that Weir building is really old actually. No name on this. Learning Support Services. Oh, Dickey Hall. Okay. The Writing Center. That's an old building for sure. That's got the same brick that we have at work. A.C. Schreiner Hall. That's ancient. Not sure what this is. Pretty old actually. Sliding doors. Military programs and veteran resources. A walk button is handy. I think I got behind something, so this is neat. Schreiner University Mountaineers. Oh, this is cool. That must be the dining hall. Schreiner University Floyd and Kathleen Callow Activity Center. That's new. All right, I'm just gonna hit probably one more building, then we're gonna head back. What is this building here? All right, Delaney Hall. That looks old too. Yeah, that's really old. Super old wood. Super old wood on that building. All right, we're between 2 and 3 bars. Will we make it back? I don't know. I think I might raise the handlebars up a little bit, because they are pretty much at the bottom. Not that short. Will that improve anything? I don't know. Let's see. It feels awfully high. Yeah, actually feels good. All right, let's get. Pause for Monty. I guess Monty's their mascot. Monty the Mountaineer. Are they mountain lions or mountaineers? I don't even know now. Gus Schreiner Dining Hall. Okay, the dining hall is Gus Schreiner Dining Hall. Here's Hoon Hall. Yeah, these buildings have awesome architecture. All right. That's a beautiful building there. There's the chiller plant. Probably a boiler plant in there. That'd be cool to work on. I used to be a boiler operator. Okay, we hit our max speed, 13. What? Oh, we're in eco mode. Let's get to sport mode. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics zone. STEM zone. All right. We're gonna start the return trip. I wonder what building 13 is. That's old. Kerrville River Trail. Here we go. Now, let's go ahead and drop this down to eco mode. Cypress Sentinel, inspired by the bald cypress trees of the Texas Hill Country, gardens of the river, and silent witnesses to the land's story. Fall 2025. So they just put this up. It's supposed to symbolize all the big tall cypresses that stand in a row and protect like the riverbanks and stuff, which I'm sure they did in this flood we had. They probably did great. If they weren't there, then there's nothing to slow down the river. We're in eco mode now, which is fine. All right, I'm gonna shut up and it's just gonna be raw video from here on until I either need to change the GoPro battery or the battery in this scooter dies. And we're gonna stay in eco mode. I don't want to be here. I know these places are vacant, but technically probably trespassing still. I don't want to do that. That just sucks. I'm gonna go ahead and cross the bridge instead of the walk bridge. We'll cross up here. Yeah, there was one in that gap, I believe, and that whole unit moved. Look at this railing just destroyed. I-beams are bent. Kind of using more battery than I wanted to. We're gonna off-road it. God, this area is trashed. Just leaning back, take weight off the front wheel so it doesn't dig in. Kind of does a wheelie over everything. Oh, this is rough. I hope there's no holes. So far, so good. Let's turn this way. Yeah, this thing does fine off-road. For little tires. Okay, back on the trail. We have done 9 miles. And I'm down in eco mode now because it's been flashing at me. It still flashes if I go full throttle, but it's like warning me, like, hey, you need to take it easy. I think that's what it's doing anyways. We're doing a solid 13 miles an hour. So eco is 12, not 10. It's pretty good speed. Hard to get hurt. Hi, how are y'all?
Hi.
I'm afraid somebody on this trail is going to get mad at me. There used to be signs that said no motorized vehicles. Now, pretty sure that first meant no gas-powered vehicles, but maybe it applies to actual motors, you know, like electric scooters. The thing is, all day long you see people riding e-bikes down here, and they get away with it because they could pedal, but most I don't know, a lot of people don't realize they're electric anymore. Hi, excuse me. Awesome. Hi. Morning. Now there used to be an entrance. I think it was here to go to the little bridge. Morning, how are y'all?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Morning. Sidewalk's closed and I put it in race mode. $25, $27. All right, we made it. So that was 12 miles and we're still showing 2 bars. It didn't like going back into race mode, but it didn't die. All right, so that's the river 3 months after July 4th. Hope you didn't mind me doing a multi-purpose video reviewing the Ausom L1. It is awesome, but the river is awesome. The trees are awesome. Mother Nature is awesome. not in a cool way, in an awe-inspiring way. Awesome could be good or bad. A lot of bad associated with this flood and river, and it's really hard to come to terms with the fact that so many lives were lost there, so many girls, especially having a girl the same age, kids the same age. It's a little sickening to think about, but you know, as a community, we're recovering, we're trying to get back to normal. You can see a lot of people are out there walking and trying to make the best of it and enjoying it. And I saw a lot of moms or families with kids, and they're making new memories there, like me and my family did a few years ago, last year, you know, up to this summer. So I guess that's what you got to do in times like this. You know, you're trying to get over tragedy. You just got to make new memories, and you know, you never forget the bad. Anyways, enough of that. Thanks for watching. Again, we'll get back to normal content. This isn't my normal thing. I just wanted to review the scooter, and I wanted a little bit of a closure video on the river stuff. So if you want to follow my normal content, Texas Hillbilly J on Instagram. And thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see automotive stuff, because that's what's coming up next. And we'll see you on the next one. Hillbilly out. So right off the bat, I noticed this box is extremely heavy. Well, I say extremely, it's 72 pounds. So right off the bat, packaging looks really good. We do have some busted styrofoam here, like this thing got slammed on this edge. But overall, it looks to be packaged very, very well. That comes out, it looks like we got, I can't tell, it's like little end caps for something. And zip ties, gloves, spare NFC card, keep safe. This is probably the charger. Yep, battery charger. Let's look at this. All right. Doesn't seem like generic junk. It actually seems like it's specifically made for this. Kind of dirty, which is weird. A lot of debris on it. Hyleton 100 to 240 volt, 100, 120 volt, 50 to 60 hertz, 2 amp max. 56.6 volt output at 1.5 amps. Okay, let's see what was in this bag. Huh, they're probably little axle caps or something. Probably just keep them on for shipping. All right, let's just pull this thing out. Oh, handlebars come up. There we go. Lower that down. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. This handlebar lock here is kind of cool. Very, very simple. I think you get the point. Okay. There it is, first look. That's just some styrofoam stuck to it. That's a big deck board. I don't see any damage anywhere. So the packaging looks to be pretty excellent. Tires aired up. Can't get to that tire's got a mud flap. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this thing out so we see what we're working with here. Oh, she is heavy. But one thing I know is if something's heavy, it's probably quality. All right, there's nothing else in here but desk packs, silica stuff. Throw this in your toolboxes. Keeps your tools dry. Keeps the water out of them. And if they do get wet, you can put them in your oven or dry them out. They're reusable. It's so much bigger than I expected. Our first look at this thing. Pretty dang cool looking front and rear suspension. This is all where the battery is. It's pretty gnarly. It's a rear motor. Wow. 6.5-inch wheels. Check out that brake assembly on the front with suspension. Brake on the rear with suspension. A nice mud flap. That's your charging port. All right, let's put this thing together. This is the instructions here. This explains all the components. This page 2 explains all these components. You can zoom in, pause on this stuff if you want to. Zoom in, pause there. And then assembly guide. So a quick assembly guide, you put the kickstand down, raise the handlebars. We already did that. Loosen the screws and place the handlebar on it to make sure the handlebar is in the middle of the stem. Tighten the screws to secure the display and the handlebar. That is correct. That is incorrect. So you see how you want your wires, you don't want them all twisted up. All right, next, for beginners, wear protective gear, turn on the display, check the battery. For the first ride, make sure the scooter is fully charged and the tires are properly inflated. Here is the display. If you want to zoom in on any of this, if I can get it to focus, zoom in on that, pause it, check it out. Oh, so unlocked via NFC or password. So you can either use that little lanyard or you put in a password. Default is 0000, and it tells you how to change it right here. That's really cool. And you change it using these buttons. All right, the LCD display is installed. I'm gonna peel this off. This has the instructions on how to change the password, like I said. Now we got that off. Only thing left to do is install the headlight down there, and that seems to be pretty simple. You just take these loose and install the headlight. Now behind this headlight, this is like it looks like a chain leak. It's an elongated washer, and I believe that needs to go in front of the headlight bracket. All the screws that are in this thing before assembly, they're threaded in all the way or very far, and I think it's intentional so that nothing gets lost in shipping. But it is kind of annoying that everything is very long-winded. But that's a very minor complaint considering the product we're getting here. Headlight feels cheap, but that looks like a lot of LED. Now the headlight is installed. All right, so there you go. The Ausom L1 scooter is assembled. All right, so this is me on it. I am about 5'7", 5'8", depending on my shoes, right? So that's nearly the bottom for the handlebars. As you can see here, you open this up and you got that much height. That is, I feel like a little kid. I mean, I could ride it like that, but that's crazy. It goes all the way down to there. I'm sure my son could ride this. My daughter could probably even ride it, but this is 72 pounds, or what was it, 68? The box was 72. Feels great. Let's see what else is in the instructions. I'll cut all this merchandise stuff off of here, and I'm gonna tighten up these handlebars. Turning on, off the display. Press the power key for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's our display. It looked beautiful for a second. Of course, it's picking it up weird. Now it's going to want you to put in the passcode. So default is 0. And press the power button and move next. 0, 0, 0. Okay, after entering all digits, press that a second time to confirm. It's just repeating. After entering all digits, press power button for 2 seconds to confirm. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, now we're in. Shifting speed level, press up and down among the 3 levels. So sport, race, you can see the tack there, sport, and this is eco. So I'm sure the 44-mile distance or whatever it was that this thing supposedly could do is on eco mode. Sorry about that. It's probably on eco mode and it's probably on flat ground with a very lightweight rider. Cruise control, enabling after enabling the cruise control function on page 11 of the hidden menu. Wow, hidden menu. Ride the scooter at constant speed for 7 seconds and to enter cruise mode. We'll address that later. Walk mode. That's when you're not allowed to ride on a scooter. You will just hold a little button and it'll walk next to you. Park mode. When the scooter has been stationary for 30 seconds, it will automatically enter park mode. By pressing the plus headlight button, it'll exit park mode. Headlight. Hold that down for 3 seconds. Holding down now. 1, 2, oh, not even 3 seconds. 2 seconds. And yeah, it's pretty bright. I'm sure at nighttime it's like crazy bright, but it's the middle of the day. 1, 2, and it's off. All right, bud, you ready to try this thing out?
It looks like a tank.
It's gnarly, huh? It's at its lowest setting. It can go really tall. It says it's only for between sizes 4 foot 11 inches and 6 foot 7. You're 4 foot 10, so you're not allowed to ride it.
Okay.
All right, it's charging right now. So look at the brakes that move. See, that's front brake, just like a bike. Back brake. This is your throttle.
This is back?
And then, yeah, this back brake.
Does it go any further?
No, it's very, very good brakes.
Nice.
So right now you're just gonna ride like in the yard, okay?
And what's this guy?
Throttle. So the thing about the throttle, this thing will not move unless you give it a kick and go up to 3 miles an hour.
Okay.
So it's like kind of a safety thing. So what we're gonna do, unplug the charger. So we're gonna charge this thing up, hold the power button.
Got a headlight?
Yeah, hold the power button down. Release. Okay.
It's on sport mode.
You know, you could wear this thingy. This is your kind of like an RFID. What do they call it? An NFC card. So that unlocks it. Now I did 3 miles on it, or if you, not that one. Oh, that's sport mode. Look at the tack here. So click it. Race mode. It goes 28 miles an hour. And then go back down. That's 20 miles an hour. That's 10 miles an hour. Okay. And then trip. Oh, trip resets every time you ride, I guess. Interesting. Not sure. I think that's battery life, but I'm not positive. And I did 3.1 miles. So
that's in total?
That's total, yeah. So it's your odometer. It'll track miles forever. Now, left turn signal.
Oh.
It flashes down there. Just let go, or just touch it once. Now touch it again to the left. That turned it right. So if you just hit it left and left again, it cancels. See? And then for a headlight, you hold down this for 2 seconds, I believe. Cool, right? And it even has a tail light. All right, so you ready to ride this? Little throttle. There you go. Yeah. I'm doing a little work in my yard, trying to work on septic lines. So ignore that.
Full throttle.
Oh, easy, easy, easy. Don't go in the gravel. You might wipe out. It's not super powerful, like up a hill, but it's still pretty good, right? Sam, I got to 33 miles an hour. Down the hill, down the big hill in our neighborhood. 33, it was a little scary. It's the rotors are, they're not perfectly true, so they actually touch the pads. I noticed that on my ride. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying, but they're not loose. It's just a slight imperfection. And I don't know if there's anything you can do about that. I'm not sure if they can manufacture that thin of rotors to be any more true than they are. Pretty smooth, huh? Be careful on that loose gravel over there.